Oh, well, hey, man, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel, honey. Listen, let's go ahead and talk about insecure and some of this Greek stuff, girl. Let's get into it. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and touch on some quick things that happened in the show. It wasn't long. For the first episode, I expected it to be much longer than what it was, but obviously it wasn't. So it looks like there's a reunion for the alumni to come back to the campus. The campus happens to be Stanford. I'm guessing it's Stanford University or whatnot. Issa and Molly, y'all know they had the fallout, last season, okay? They got into it at the block party. And it seems like they're coming back together slowly but surely. It seemed like it was a bit awkward, but I felt like they faked it too smooth once they got to registration. I said, it don't look like they really got into it. I was expecting them to come off even more awkward than what it was, but they did better, girl, than what I expected. It was much smoother. Okay, so there's that. You could tell Molly does want her friendship back with Issa, so much so that she ended up asking Kelly about it. How did she and Tiffany get back on one accord? Because she missing her good girl, Miss Issa. Okay, so that's where she is with that. And Miss Kelly told her, well, girl, it's just gonna take some time, so you're just gonna have to wait. Okay, you're just gonna have to wait. Can't hurry, love. No, you just have to wait. They say love don't come easy. It's just the game of give and take. Okay, so she's just gonna have to wait in the same fashion when it comes to her relationship with Miss Issa. Okay. Now it's funny to see that Kelly has been memorialized. I'm like, girl, how y'all set up here and saying Miss Kelly is dead? How is Miss Kelly dead? Who said Kelly was dead? Kelly, like, girl, I'm right here. It makes sense as to why they didn't have a name tag for her when she first came up. All right. But they ended up having her in a memoriam, it's somewhere in the pamphlet or something, and on the screen talking about how she dead to the bed, girl. So that's that. They ended up running into their girl, Cheyenne. Cheyenne ended up playing this in the end, girl. I said, not Cheyenne. First of all, if you guys watch Tyler Perry's Oval, then that lady that plays the wife to the head security person, that she played Cheyenne. I said, you better work, mama. The way she was kicking them legs up and bouncing and dipping, I'm like, girl, we need to work out together. Call me. okay, because mama looked good, period. Okay, she looked great, but you was shysty for what you did, Miss Shy. Period. That's what your name need to be, Shiesty, instead of Cheyenne. Okay, Shiesty. Anyway, so Issa and Molly decided to take a break from the group, walk around, get to know each other a little bit more. Okay, try and reconnect or whatever. Molly ended up talking about life and stuff. Y'all know Issa was a part of a panel. She hopped on that panel, and to me, it felt like she kind of bombed while she was on that panel. I think she started to second guess while she was sitting on the panel and just started to really think about life while she was up there and while she was talking, okay? Realizing that she don't even know if she made the right decision to pursue, this lane that she's going in. Not sure, right? And she was just being honest, but, her speech or whatever wasn't as polished as some of the other people sitting up there, but I guess, honey. So later on, we see where her and Molly are chit-chatting. Molly thought she did an amazing job up there. Issa, she was just kind of, Issa typically second guess herself and her movements and stuff often or whatnot. What else? Molly ended up reconnecting with somebody from the past. So what was his name? Was it Omar or something like that? I can't think of the guy's name. Her old boo. I don't know if it was Omar or something, but he was looking for her. Okay. And she ended up asking Issa about that, wanted to know her thoughts on that. And Issa told her one thing that she loved about Molly back in the day was Molly didn't really care too much about a lot of stuff. She just really just went with the flow. Right. And Molly said, girl, yeah, I used to do that before that's when I thought I had a whole lot of time. Now I feel like I ain't got a lot of time. Okay. I got to hurry up and get this thing moving. And Issa was like, well, girl, what if we do have a lot of time? Okay. She said, I'm just at a place now where I just want to move forward because earlier that day before they got the text message from Cheyenne, Molly wanted to know from Issa, like, girl, are we good? She said, girl, are you talking about the world or are you talking about us? And Molly was like, girl, I'm talking about us. So before Issa could truly answer that question for her, she ended up getting a text from Cheyenne, she and Molly, because Cheyenne wanted to hang out with them, girl. So when Cheyenne goes to hang out with the ladies, she ended up taking them to some liquor store on the rough side of town. And they agree and believe Miss Cheyenne. They follow her. I'm just like, girl, why is y'all going with this lady over here? But anyway, they hanging out with Cheyenne, thinking all is well. Soon as Molly, Issa, and Cheyenne come up out the liquor store, girl, they getting robbed. And Cheyenne is doing the absolute most. And I was feeling like she was doing the most when he was telling them to shut up. She was like, oh my God. I'm like, you doing all of this? And then he had to tell her, shut the fuck up, Shy. Okay. And that's when Issa and Molly was like, Shy? She was like, damn, Brian, why you had to mess my groove up? So basically, she set them up for them to get robbed. And it was crazy because as mad as they should have been, okay, as mad as they should have been, they ended up laughing about it. But I thought it was awkward that y'all sat up there and got robbed. But the whole time, you had Kelly and Tiffany sitting in the car. Why is Kelly and Tiffany in the car? How they don't know that y'all getting robbed with all this screaming and hollering that's going on? But girl, I guess, honey, okay? They get to the car, tell them that Miss Cheyenne robbed them. They thought it was hilarious. They laughed, all of that, okay? So that's where they are. It was a pretty, and I expected more from this episode. I don't know what I expected, but I guess it was cool for what it was, to ease us back into the season. Miss Issa ends up going back to the house. Lawrence picks her up from the airport. I guess he thought that he was going to come inside Issa's house with her. And she pretty much kind of like broke up with him. Like, no, I believe while she was away, she took some time to really analyze life and think about life and see that, just because you having a child or you got whatever you got going on don't mean that I got to be a part of it too. That don't have to be my story as well. I can figure out my life and I don't have to be so anxious to be with you because maybe I do have time to find somebody that's better for me. Okay. So there's that. So overall, the episode was cool. When I do these reviews on on Insecure, it's probably not going to be very compact, depending on how the episode is. I don't think I want to go scene for scene. I just want to highlight some things that stuck out to me and just come to you guys like it's a conversation that we're having. And speaking of conversation, let's switch over. Okay, let's switch gears. I forgot to put this up here. You know what I'm saying? Just to show y'all what was going on. Okay. Let's talk about Miss Tiffany, the cast, the character. Let's talk about Tiffany, the cast, the character, as well as Amanda Seales and Issa Rae. So if you guys have seen the first episode of Insecure, the final season, you will see where Tiffany is wearing a ton of pink and green in this episode. In addition to that, she goes on to put on a sweater that had the shield and the letters of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, okay? So that's something that caused an uproar on social media. So a lot of people have things to say. They do not like the fact that the character was dressed in that particular clothing. As a woman of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, I definitely understand the frustration that these ladies have being in the organization that you work hard for, you pay your dues for, and you already have a lot of people that feel so comfortable to try on your attire and claim the attire, and claim the organization when they not paid, not now single due, went through the process to be a part of the organization. So I definitely understand the frustration about it. Unfortunately, this happens a lot in production. Okay, this happens a lot in film. Okay, I met a chick on set one time. She was telling me about another project that she had booked, and she's an AKA, and they put her in Delta clothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was very unfortunate, but it sucks. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it, but it happens or whatever, right? So when I first saw it, I was like, "Ooh!" I said, "Not them putting Tiffany in no AKA attire, not them putting her in some AKA attire." Okay, I was like, the K is probably gonna feel away about that, right? And I was right. They did. The issue is, so in all honesty, this is how I was feeling. I was like, now they didn't necessarily have to put on these letters or the shield, right? They didn't have to put that on. They could have actually kept her in pink and green. They could have put her in a pink and green shirt with an ivy on it or a frog on it with her pearls on. We would have got the point. But I also feel like when I was watching it, they didn't necessarily show all of the letters. Like, they showed part of it, and then her hair was kind of covering the shield a little bit. I know that doesn't make it better for some people, so there's that. But I feel like there was a way that they could have done it, right? To where they did not, where she didn't have the letters on, the shield on. There was a way that it could have been done, but also me knowing how this will be going, it happens, I'm not saying that it's right, but it happens. Another thing is that kind of changes the scope to me and the perspective is if nationals, okay, if your president and all of the officials that approve certain things, if they approved for Issa Rae to use this attire in that show, then you got to be okay with it. And if not, I think the issue should be taken up with national headquarters. Then it should be taken up with Issa and production. But those are just my thoughts. I think a lot of people misunderstand the fact that organizations or businesses first. That's right off the gate. Okay, they are businesses first. They are about getting their money, getting their coin. That's why dues be going up oh so often and all this other stuff, girl. They have moved from organizations, honestly, to businesses, right? In the forefront, they're organizations because they have members, but behind the scenes, girl, they is a whole business, okay? And I also want to believe that if they did give permission for Issa Rae to use these items in her production, there could have possibly been an incentive. I want to believe, I could be wrong, but I want to believe that there was an incentive on their behalf, right? And they also could have, and if it wasn't, then maybe they could have just assured them that they were going to be represented very positively, you know what I'm saying? It'll be a great light on the organization or something. I'm not sure what that fine detail says, but it seems like Nationals could have possibly given them the permission to utilize this paraphernalia in their thing. Now, I do understand where the K's are coming from. I understand that they probably could have went about it a different way. But when your own organization approves for them to wear this, then what can you do? I'm not gonna lie. If it was Delta Sigma Theta, I probably would have felt the way like, girl. But the moment I find out that Nationals did it, I would have been like, ooh. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, I've also grown to a place where I'm not trying to sit up here and honestly heavily monitor what somebody else wearing when it comes to my org. Now, there are some other people that want to, I used to be, when you a Neo and stuff like, yeah, I used to be that person like, BIT. I have definitely caught some people out here scamming, girl, and I have definitely called them out, right? But as I've grown, like, girl, report them to Nationals and let Nationals handle it, honey. And if Nationals then already gave them the permission to go ahead and wear this, then who the hell am I? Because at the end of the day, I do feel like it's a business first. Now, if all of you, all of the members of Alpha Kappa Alpha are upset and you guys want to come together and have that conversation with Nationals, then do so. I think you should. If you feel away, then address it. Call some type of meeting if y'all can't grow. I don't know when y'all address it, girl, at regionals or nationals, figure it out. But then address it then, make a motion or something, girl, so that this don't happen in the future, because you guys are members that pay for this organization, and this organization will not even be able to run without its members. So if you guys feel away, I say take that up with the head. I don't even know if it should totally be Issa Rae and the team's fault if they got permission. Now, if they did not get permission and they just wore it, then I think that is messed up to just take an organization stuff and put it into their, show. I think that's messed up, because even if you were to put a Pepsi sign or any Pepsi paraphernalia or anything, you have to get permission for this stuff. That's why when you watch like reality shows and they have tape covering the Apple sign on a MacBook or something, or covering like a Nike logo on a shirt, that's because you got to get permission to use these people. You can't just put their stuff in nothing, right? So if they did not get that permission and they just did it, that's effed up, right? But it seems like if they got it and she wearing it in the show, girl, they probably got permission. So y'all might want to take that up with Nationals. Meanwhile, Issa Rae's season has been filmed and it's done. I don't know if Miss Girl gonna be wearing any more Alpha Kappa Alpha stuff. She might. I don't know, but I'm gonna say y'all like this, girl. I'm over here minding my Delta business. I'm not even gonna lie to you, girl. I'm over here minding my Delta business, but I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on it. Considering the fact that I am, Greek, myself. So there's that. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. I feel like this situation is getting very much so out of hand, and I feel like, y'all is down Miss Amanda bag. Girl, she ain't know no better for real. She was out here just playing a role. Here's another thing too, though. Who am I thinking about? And it happens so much, y'all. If y'all just like, now I understand they could have made up an organization, right? They could have, like, think about Drumline. Was it Drumline? Or Stump the Yard? It was Stump the Yard. How we were them thetas. So they just came up with their own thing. So granted, Issa Rae and them could have did the same thing, right? I guess since they were at a real university like Stanford, they probably wanted to use a real organization. I'm not sure. But when I think about Morris Chestnut is a whole Sigma, but playing a whole Kappa on our kind of people. Now, we haven't seen him in the paraphernalia, all right? We haven't seen that. But I definitely know that he's playing a Kappa over there on that show. So I don't know if we ever gonna see him with a cane on or any attire on, but we'll just have to see, honey. Okay, but Hey, y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below, honey. Y'all Greeks that agree with anything that I said, hop down. Y'all Greeks that disagree, child, with the whole Issa Rae and the whole, her letting this girl wear this paraphernalia. Y'all hop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts. All right, I'm Jamie. That's me, honey. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.